Food for thought. Let today be that rainy day that you do something different. There's a really big saying that's like, I'm going to save this for a rainy day. Well, let that rainy day be today. Because I think there is such an idea that some magical moment is gonna become that rainy day. That's like, oh, today I'm gonna save this for a rainy day, but then you never do anything with it. For instance, if you have really nice china or really nice wine, do you ever end up using it? Because it's not that nice day, or you have this perfect idea that you can finally use this china because of X, Y, and Z. Why don't you just use that today? And that really became apparent because sometimes you don't even end up using it. For instance, I bought some command strips at the beginning of this past school year, and I used like a few of them to hang them up, and I was like, well, I'm going to save the rest of them for whenever I need them. And the other day I was like, oh, I want to hang up these paintings, but I don't want to use these command strips because what if I need them? Well, today was that rainy day, or the other day was that rainy day where I needed to use those command strips. Like, I'm a big saver when it comes to that, and I was kind of just like, man, today was that day to have that, to use that thing that I thought was so special. Or, I don't know, I think sometimes there's just so many people walking everywhere, and I'm just like looking because I've just like never seen half these people before. But sorry, there's a lot of background. I'm in like a big city, and there's a lot of things going on, so sorry for that. But I think that sometimes you have to have a rainy day to use that. You can have whatever day to have it be your rainy day to use something. Like, I don't promote drinking, but if you're of age, have that nice glass of wine. I don't know. Just, I think we become so saver mentality that you forget to savor what you've saved. Not to say that you should splurge on something, because then that becomes too much of an extreme of saving. But you can find that happy medium of, oh, I can treat myself with something, but then on the other hand, I can also just do the bare minimum of what I want rather than what I need. And I think that just goes with life, of not necessarily being of one extreme to the other extreme, but rather finding a happy balance between getting by and a little bit of thriving. Because I think it's super easy to get caught up in one or another mindset, because that's just how we are as humans. It's just very extreme sometimes with the left and right from the perspective of opinions. And you don't necessarily have to be a saver or a spender. You can be both. You can save for things that you want and spend on things that you've been wanting for a long time. And it just made me think that you can make any day special. You don't have to wait for a special occasion to wear that pretty dress or that nice shirt or to make yourself feel nice. You don't necessarily have to wait for a bad day to make a good day. I think you could probably just do whatever you wanted at this point. No one really cares what you do. There's literally a lady walking by on her phone and she didn't even notice me. And that's what I'm saying. Sometimes you just have to make today that rainy day that you do something special for yourself. It doesn't matter what other people think. It just matters what you do. Because as long as that you're happy in what you're doing, period. Like, end of sentence. Like, all that it matters is that you're happy. And I think it's super hard not to end up being upset or have a bad day. But from one extreme of having a terrible day to having another extreme, like you're on top of the world, you can balance it out. You can take deep breaths. And today these past 2 days have been brutal because it's literally just been training and onboarding training before I'm actually able to start my job. And I've literally just been reading like procedures and like how to do things and making sure I've filled out like all the health concerns and all like the typical safety things that you have in a job. And it's been very brutal because I don't want to do that. But it made me think about my blessings. Like, even though, yes, I was having a really rough day because I was just like so drained. I didn't want to do any of the rest of the reading because it literally took me most of the day yesterday to finish my training. I worked from 11 to 4 on Simply Training after I got done with the building tour. And then from today, from like 9 until like 4:30, 4:45 of like straight reading. Like, yeah, I got lunch. Yeah, I took like phone breaks because my brain couldn't do anything. But today really taught me to count my blessings and to go on the other half of the spectrum. That, yes, I did have a really bad like work day. It was kind of tough and brutal, but as I like walked over to this spot, I was like, it's okay, Emma, you have this opportunity. Oh no, there was bird poop and I might have stuck my arm in bird poop. That's why I'm washing this jacket. Anyways, I'll wash it. But I digress. I think it really taught me and reminded me that I need to count. I need to count my blessings. So sorry if this is loud. I need to count my blessings because I was just like, I can read, I'm literate, I have this opportunity, I have this job, I have a house, I have the ability to walk all over the city. It's wild. And I think from one side of the scale, I could be very upset and be like, I don't want to do this. But then another part of me is like, I can have this opportunity that no one else has that's around me. And I should say, like, that is similar to me. Like, I'm the only one that has this opportunity. And I'm on the other side of the spectrum to find the happy middle. No, I am definitely not on top of the world right now, but I've definitely balanced myself out of being in the middle of being grateful, but understanding that today was very rough. And it just comes down to trying to have a better day after work and looking forward to something else and just setting your mind off of it, because I'm outside in nature. Yes, there's a building right behind me, but I'm sitting at a park bench thinking to myself, hey, isn't this easy? No, I'm kidding. It's a Taylor Swift reference, but it really taught me that it's kind of wild and to appreciate everything. Don't even know that guy, but I waved. It's funny. But life is just lifing. I don't know if I'm doing life or life is doing me right now, but maybe it's in the happy middle. I'm doing life as life is doing me. But I hope you can take a step back and not look too close to your life right now. As in, I'm in the thick of it, I don't know what I'm doing, because I don't know what I'm doing, but rather as a bigger picture of, I'm continuing my life. There's the wind. I'm continuing my life. And that's all I can do. And that I'll look back at this opportunity and this experience and this internship and see that it changed me for the better. That it really made me think about, yes, this is super hard right now, but think about everything I can do. If I was able to read all day, basically yesterday and all day today, I can read a lot longer than I can think. And that, I don't know, I learned that I should probably take notes when I read. I'm just like reading it to read it. But then like the older person that I was working with, they were like, yo, you should probably take some notes and questions about what you don't understand. And I'm like, I thought about that, but I didn't want to because it was too much effort, but then I did. And I'm very grateful for that. And she's definitely keeping me in check. And that was another thing I'm very grateful for. She's also working with me. She's like, she looks very young, but she's a lot older than I am. And she has a lot of seniority over me, but I'll take what I can get. I'm glad I don't have to work alone. And that's probably just small blessings like that really balance me. And I hope you can do the same, because balancing life is hard and doing life is hard. And allowing yourself to have hard times in the day is reasonable, 110% reasonable. But then allowing yourself to have good parts of the day is also very reasonable too, because you are no longer in that situation anymore. I'm no longer at work anymore reading. I'm outside in nature, and I don't know, I'm smiling, so obviously it's a better day now. Because as I was literally walking over here, I have a really bad resting, not friendly person face. And I definitely had that walking over. But now I definitely feel a lot better. And I think that's another reason why I started this, was to help not only, or try to help other people, but also just help myself. And I hope as I go along with this, you're able to go along with it, and we can do it together like we've always been doing since February. Oh my goodness. Next month is June. Oh my goodness. And we've passed 200 subscribers. That is wild. But I hope you all know how much I appreciate the support. And just come along for the journey. So I hope you remember, even when you're down, beaten down, just at the least get up and brush off your knees and sit back down. Purposefully, with intention. Food for thought.